10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, 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 no. That's what I call a live stream. No, 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 no. That's what I call a live stream. It's Monday night. It's 9:30. It's time for another what we call live stream. Welcome back. I must apologise though. Lainey's had to sit through that full 5-minute intro. I've cut it down for you.
Yeah,
we've just woken her up with the song. Luckily.
Yeah, I was like just about to doze off, and then you come on with your bit and I started bopping away.
Brilliant. I think it's got some uses. Two people in the chat, Nia and Michelle, welcome along. They've probably been put off by last week's atrocious tracks. This week, I would say it's much better.
Would
really,
you?
Annie? Oh, yeah. Oh, I think it's a good week this week. What year? It's the last now of the 1980s. It's the last part of the last now of the 1980s. So in 1989, November 1989, Michelle. Do you not agree that it's a good lot of track listings then?
No.
You don't?
No.
Oh, see, there's only possibly 2 bad tracks for me.
Oh, there's only possibly 2 good for me. Maybe 5 pass, if you know what I mean. The rest, Have you froze?
I don't know. Am I moving again?
Yeah, all right, you're moving again.
2 seconds, because I'm meant to... Do you know why? I know why.
Oh, you know why you skipped off. Yeah, exactly, Nia. This week looks terrible.
Yeah, I haven't turned it on.
Oh. So I'm just hosting myself. Hopefully we won't be long back, because I don't know what else. But yeah, I think this week's terrible. I think this end of this 1989 Now 16 album is the worst of the whole so far that we've done. That's my personal opinion. Not that it counts for much. Now 17 though, amazing. Looks really good. I'm really looking forward to doing Now 17. So roll on next week for me. I know we're going to go through these though. Obviously, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. It wouldn't be a live stream if I never had a technical fault. I've just realised, because I've got like a TP link in this room, but I've got to turn it on in the sitting room, and I hadn't. So that's where I went wrong. But yes, are you just saying how bad this album was?
Yeah, and that I was really looking forward to Now 17.
Because Now 17's a really good.
It's a brilliant album, yeah. So
yeah,
can't wait for next
week. Totally agree. Totally agree. But yes, I don't know if there's just 2 in the chat or everyone else has been quiet. But if you are there, say hello, come along, and we might as well get started. But yes, let's... Oh, my things have gone as well. Right, 2 seconds. Present. Share screen. Make sure I tick that box. Share screen.
Yeah, you got to tick the box.
Close that. Hide that. And then...
This is a few watching.
Yeah, I think that's...
Hi, Chop Chop. Hi, Richard.
Oh, hiya, Richard. Hiya, Chop Chop. Welcome along. We're just getting started. Don't worry, you've not missed any great tracks. But yes, Now 16, like I've just been saying, the last Now of the 80s. Before we get on to a really good album next week. But stick with us, because the first song we are looking at is D-Mob, Come On Get My Love. Is this one of the ones which you think's a good track, Lainey, then, or not?
No, don't like it.
You don't like it?
Okay. No. It's I don't like the underlying beat to it. You know what I mean? There's something about it. It just doesn't work for me. I think the bits where she does the O's, like where she at the beginning and that, it sounds like Kylie.
I was going to say it well. that's the first thing I said. It does have a Stock Aitken Waterman feel to this song because I thought, oh, it's a Stock Aitken Waterman song. This was Richard's first album.
Ah,
there you go. Showing your age now, Richard. But yeah, it does have a Stock Aitken Waterman, but it isn't by them. Nia thinks it's an annoying track as well. But I've even said when you're saying about Kylie, it does sound.
yeah,
That bit, isn't it?
Yeah,
it does
totally.
sound like Kylie.
And I'm trying to think of the song that stuff. So, and I think it could be like "Better the Devil You Know" or something. But there's a song that starts like that.
It's the one. Say you won't leave me no more.
No more. That's it. I'll take you back again. No more excuses. Oh no. But I think
We'll be crap on the hit list.
I know.
But yeah, I quite like this. People find it annoying, but it's quite. I must say, I've got a soft spot for Stock Aitken Waterman, so this is why I think I like your side.
Yeah, it is better the devil you know. It is.
Oh.
That song comes from. I don't know. I was trying to think of. I've heard. And I was trying to think what else they've done, but I can't think. There was
a song. It was around here on 14 or 13
I'm sure
or something. They had a really good
them.
song. Yeah, they had a really good song, then they had a pretty poor song. So I don't know. But yeah,
the fashion with them cycling things in the background, what the ladies wear. That was just a fashion throughout for in so many pop songs. It comes up again later on. I noticed.
Yeah, I know there's two at least. Yeah, but it's back in fashion now. That is back in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It is definitely.
Oh, there you go. There's a fact for you. Michelle said, "Didn't Kathleen Dennis write 'Can't Get You Out of My Head'?"
She did. She did with other people.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did she? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know the name Kathy Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
But I could not probably name any other song by her. Like if you said, "Oh, name a Kathy Dennis song," what she sang.
I can't right now, but I do know there was better songs in this by her because I do remember liking some of them at the time. And knowing who she was, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I must have liked something, but off the top of my head, right this minute, I can't think. But yeah, she has written loads of stuff, including "Toxic" for Britney, "I Kissed a Girl" for Katy Perry, a load of
really good
"Reach," "Reach" for S Club.
Really?
Never had a dream come true. She's got quite a big, like.
She'll be a multi-millionaire then.
Yeah. When Rachel from S Club went solo, she wrote what was it? Something My LAX. What was it called?
Oh, Sweet Dreams, My LAX. Yeah. It sounds like It sounds like someone opened a can of pop. That's how it starts off.
Probably was.
If I was in your shoes.
What made us laugh? One thing that made us laugh on this, I was looking at the comments as I do every time, and someone said, "My parents loved this song, and they used to take us out in the car and then pour it on full blast, and whilst dancing, they've had a lot of minor accidents." And I was like, what? And then she went on to list the minor accidents her parents had in this car listening to this song. It's like, okay.
Yeah. It is. See, I personally find it good. There is questionable rapping in it, though. Let's just say that love is right. Would you kiss and hold me tight? It was the rap which was always in early 90s because this sort of era, you do feel like it's more early 90s than 80s for me.
Yeah.
Because like the fashion and like you say, and a lot of the styling. But this got to number 15 in the UK, number 10 in the United States in 1990. Obviously released later over there. And it become the 85th best-selling track in 1990. But it is credited with like giving a kickstart to Kathy Dennis's career. The music video though is it's basically the two girls dancing for him. Izzy shakes his eyebrows a lot because he generally does this thing, shaking like his eyebrows. Yeah. Ooh. Casting couch much?
I remember having a top like that, what she's wearing, that chenille sort of top.
You could you write your name in it? Like one way it will go one colour and the other way it will go another.
Not write your name, but it would look a little bit different in colour if you moved it. You could sort of, I suppose you could if you did it. Maybe it wasn't that thick though back then, I guess. But I know what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear that, but my wife should be at the toilet and flush the chain, and it's like right, just there.
No,
so I'll apologise. It wasn't me this time.
I can't hear it.
Right, that's okay. But yes,
the whole song.
This demo just seems to try and steal the limelight all the way through the song.
Mm. Yeah.
But yes, yeah. Oh, welcome along, Peter. The Monkey Thrifter's in. Welcome, welcome. You've just missed D-Lob, Come and Get My Love, which I think I'm the only person who's liked it so far. Wayne Michelle said it was a classic, but I don't think she was such a fan of it. But let's move on to another track, which I think is up there, possibly with the best tracks on this album.
Okay.
It's a prop De La Soul, I know. I don't know what you think, but for me, it's a classic, like hip hop, early hip hop. The samples in it are brilliant.
The early hip hop kind of has a more hippie hop vibe to it because of, you know what I mean? Though, do you get it? It's kind of like it's very, more chilled, more slowed down, more. I don't know what the word is, but it's much more. It's like, I don't know. Maybe they were smoking a lot of weed.
It just makes you feel like
it's a very slow like vibe to it, and I do like this song. However, much prefer Magic Number. If I have to pick a De La Soul song for being better, I prefer that. But yeah,
see, this song gives like it's very summery vibes for me. That's what I get from this song. It's like
it's just very chill.
I don't know. It just even from the start, this bit. I just love this. Brilliant. But that was that bit at the beginning was a sample from the Mad Lads, Make a Young Lady Mine. Which I didn't know until I've obviously researched it. And then there's another part which
the stoop like Betty Boop, they make camel alphabet soup and spell plus ones within. Forward march do the same when this play. Come into bed is the move.
Well, that whistling is from Sitting on the Dock of the Bay.
Is it?
It's Otis Redding whistling. That's why it says Otis whistling, because it's the. So
what did you do? Speed it up or something?
At the end of Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Sorry?
Did they speed it up?
Say that again, sorry, Lenny. No, I think they just took a little bit of a sample, so it's like it's the and I think it's just a part of that which is just repeated and repeated.
Right.
And it might be special, but when I was listening to this last night, I was listening to the song, and then afterwards, all the time, I was like, just couldn't get that whistling
Get out
bit
your head.
out. Oh, nee, you can't say this is an awful song. It's a good song.
No, I do like this.
Give a pelt this
I don't
week.
think this is awful. It ain't nowhere near in comparison to the first.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's one of the best tracks, if not the best track on this side. But the music video is like a load of others. I'll put it's like Technotronic because it was one of the first ones I've done.
Yeah.
Where it's like green screen in front of like a load of 90s pastels and shit. But there must have been special offers on green screen because these had a Technotronic, and Nina Cherry has it later on, and she's had it on loads of other. It must have been the in thing, just like, just stand in front of that green screen. We'll just put some computer graphics in later on.
Yeah,
because
it was definitely
loads of bands, especially on
thing.
this. Yeah, so everyone must have done. Yeah, Michelle, it has a Steely Dan's Peg in it too. Yeah, it's just got loads of great samples, but that for me is one of the best tracks on this side. It got to number 14 in the UK charts, but it wasn't released in the United States. It wasn't released in the album charts.
And yet, aren't they are from the
yes,
United States, aren't they? Tell us all.
Yeah, they're an American band. In Match of the Day 2, we used to use it as background music in the early 2000s, which it is a good bed music, and that ding ding ding.
Yeah,
it's
still just
Michelle feels like they were robbed because they never had it.
Yeah. Hippie hop.
But let's move on. Inner City, hippity hop, hippity hop.
Yeah.
Inner City, what you gonna do? What you gonna do with my lovin'? Now this is the one where I'm a bit
terrible.
Yeah, it's nowhere near Big Fun or Good Life.
Good Life? No, it's terrible, absolutely terrible, and I that's literally all I could put. Terrible. Yet she's a great singer, which is such a shame because she's got a cracking voice, but this song does nothing for her.
Yeah. I mean, the beginning of it here. It's a very early housey piano music because do you know CC Penis Tone?
Yeah.
Peniston. CC Peniston. Penis Tone. She it sounds like that, CC Peniston. Finally, but just slow it down. If you listen to the piano here.
I agree.
But like Michelle's song, it sounds like an album filler. Yeah, it isn't a good song.
It's a bin filler.
But it's a cover. I didn't realise that. Originally released by Stephanie Mills in the USA in 1979, but didn't chart this side of the Atlantic. Inner City, though, reached number 9 in Holland and number 12 in the UK, which I'm really surprised. It's basically got there off the back of the other songs. It's not off this song because, like you say, it's not a very good song. And the video is a very Bobby Basic. It's just the band sitting around. It's like panning shots past like the piano player, panning shot past the bass player, panning shot past the drummer, panning shot again past them, and then past. It's people were starting to do more in music videos now, and this was a bit. It's just not their best work.
No, definitely not.
Not up to standard. Not up to standard.
No.
But we'll move on, and I think this one is where we possibly disagree on. Can't Shake the Feeling, Big Fun.
Right, it's cheese, huge cheese, right? And I do like me some cheese sometimes. So I don't mind it for the cheesiness. But what I did notice with this is that dance moves always like have sex references, and I know they did Don't Blame It on the Sunshine, Moonlight, and the Good Times. And obviously, the Good Times bit is a sex
Yeah.
reference. Watching this, I noticed the same sort of dance move a couple of times, and I thought to myself, but you don't need that.
I
for
have
this.
got a bit of a dance montage coming up from them.
Okay.
I have got a bit of a dance montage with a lot of. It looks
Right,
like they're
I'm
riding
guessing-
like that on a lot of it.
Yeah. I was reading the comments and did laugh because someone put, this would sound better as an instrumental. And someone also put 3 Jason Donovans for the price of 1, which again.
Yeah. Well, like I say, it's Stock Aitken Waterman in its finest / worst. Because basically, there's not much. It's a fine line between good and bad with Stock Aitken Waterman. But this song, it's like the band, they do sound a bit like Jason Donovan. I'm trying to think how the song starts, but it's like the voices haven't. It's like someone singing who sings like this, and the voices haven't
One
broke.
voice, isn't it? It's like you can't distinguish.
Yeah,
and
but
you
when you hear the voices,
yeah.
But they're all the same. It sounds like someone whose voice hasn't broke. Because the minute I left you, I But yeah, I think this is the first one. And it's funny you say about Jason Donovan because you sing that. I'll give you one good reason to leave me, and you can just go straight into another song.
But then
Any Stock Aitken Waterman,
isn't it? So
yeah. You can just
same
take a
four chords.
verse and put it with the chorus of another song in the fit because it's just copy and paste all the way through.
Absolutely.
But this song reminds me of being on holiday in possibly 1989. I'm positive we went to Pontins in 1989. And it reminds me, I don't know if it was this one or Bigfoot, like, well, it is Bigfoot, Don't Blame It on the Sunshine. They're sort of, if that's auto-tune, then really need to improve on using it, Peter.
Sort it
out. But yeah, it could have been anyone. It could have been Jason Donovan. They probably could have gotten Rick Astley in or someone else, and it would have been the same. Like I said, like we've both said, Blaming on the Boogie was their first song, held them into it. This is their second song. It reached number 8 in the charts, but it did get to number 1 in France. In the music video, sees the band basically getting mobbed by fans and these funky dance moves. It's that little twist thing at the front at the beginning.
Yeah. No, that little twist thing comes back further on in this.
Yeah.
Cliff
and
Richard.
They do a lot of this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Cliff was possibly a better dancer.
Oh, I don't know.
Than this.
Anyway. Yeah,
but I have to.
Like aimed. Obviously, it was aimed at like 10-year-old girls, wasn't it? Like, so they did the.
To be honest, when you look at the dance moves, it looks like a 10-year-old girl has choreographed on this in their bedroom.
Well, that's exactly why it was made that way, so that you could copy it at home and think you were cool.
There, it's the little horse thing.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that, gonna be in them.
You're the 4th member.
I'm the 4th member. I just need to bleach my hair blonde. But we have 2 lookalikes. So he's the first one who does look like him.
You thinking he's a lookalike?
He's a lookalike of someone. He's been on the telly quite recently on a comeback, but he's more from late around this era on telly.
Around this era on the
Let's
telly.
see if anyone in the chat can get us.
It's not ringing a bell for me.
Right. don't think anyone's getting in the chat neither. Not a clue from Nia. Australian. There's another clue. It's quite niche.
Australian.
Did you ever watch Neighbours, Laney? There's another clue.
Jason Donovan.
Not Jason Donovan. And Michelle's never heard of Big Fun. Some people are saying you're very lucky. You might not have had De La Soul, but you never had Big Fun.
Australian. No. Not getting anything. Not from Neighbours either.
He married Jane, I think.
Stephen Dennis.
Jane. Not Stephen Dennis. Not Jesse Spencer. Who's Jesse Spencer? I don't even know who Jesse Spencer is.
No, no clue.
Just give up.
Yes.
I think we'll be here all night. Clive. Can you not remember the doctor from who originally had Bertha?
But
yeah, he looks like there.
Well, kind of the hair does, but that's about it.
They've got the same sort of face. This next one might be a lot easier. Not Guy Pearce, no. This next one will be a lot easier. It's a younger version of someone who's on telly now, but he was on telly when he was younger. There you go. Oh, not Philip.
I think that looks like Philip Schofield a little bit.
Peter's asking who's Clive. Clive was originally a doctor in Neighbours around about the time when Kylie and Jason and all them were in. And he had a car called Bertha, which he then ended up selling to Henry when he went off travelling. And then I think he come back and married Jane and then went off. Not loads. This doesn't look like loads of money, no. I can see where you're coming from, but it's not loads of money.
It looks like that Jeff Lena thing that Nick has. You know, the toy.
Oh, the toy with the lips.
Yeah, with the lips. Nope, no clue.
So more, he's a clue. He presents a game show on the telly now on BBC One. He's presented game shows on ITV. He has also, trying to think, starred on this. He's got a show with his son.
You mean
no, Brian Conley? You're close.
The guy who does.
I can see where you're actually coming from with Brian.
Oh, the guy who does with the oh man, what's the show called?
With the eyes, yes. Peter the
Bradley
Monkey Thrift
Walsh.
is getting it. Bradley Walsh.
Oh yeah, it's been a little bit when he was younger, but I think he looks more like Philip Schofield. Who agrees with me? Philip
well
Schofield?
done, Monkey Thrift there. Well done.
Bradley Walsh. I don't recall. You must be joking. I'm assuming that was a game show he did.
Yeah, it must be a game show. I thought when I say that, you must be joking, because I thought you must be joking. He looks like Bradley Walsh. He does. So that's a good. But quickly moving along. Possibly your favourite, Laney?
To be honest, I don't actually like the song would be better if he wasn't in it.
Yeah, well, like I said,
I know it's not Aching and Waterman, and it was all same vibe, same,
Yeah. Well, that's what I've put. In reality, it could have been Big Fun, Kylie, Jason, Sonia, any of them, because it was basically just stuck Aching and Waterman. Could have had this song and probably had the same success with it.
Yeah, and if they give that song to one of them, then it would have just had the same thing.
Yeah, but I don't know what Cliff calls these fans, the Cliffettes. I don't know. What you call them, Laney? Weirdos.
Yeah. I upset another one on my thing the other day. He commented and said, It was the Miss Unites. I'd done a response to Miss Unites, and he commented and said um, that I clearly didn't have a good taste in music, and I put, I do. That's why I don't like this. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's the
but
thing.
then
There's a reason, but the Cliff fans are a staunch bunch, aren't they? Hasn't he got like the best-selling calendar every year as well?
apparently so. To be honest, I didn't dislike him as much as like when everyone started going on us about it. Well, I wouldn't have said I
we
was
turned you
a
against him.
fan. Yeah, I wouldn't say I was. I wouldn't have said I was a fan, but I didn't mind it, and I did like Summer Holiday and the odd, Cliff song. But then it just became you
Yeah.
mistletoe and wind me out type of thing. So much so I didn't own my own version. Anyway,
But I've said it's a bit of a guilty pleasure. I'll probably get. I thought I would get pelters because I think it is. It's not too bad of a song. Got number 3 UK charts. I don't know if that's Stock Aitken Waterman or the Cliffettes. And then it was the 80th bestseller of 1989. But was it Mistletoe and Wine? I think that was one of the best sellers of the year as well. So it was peak Cliff. There you go. Nia's choir leader is allergic to Cliff. She really can't stand him.
well, tell her I hear her. I hear her. I mean,
But-
I wrote on this. Sparkly suit is something else, right? The side swivel hips with shakes that he was doing, which were really strange. And then Pete Waterman with the weirdest look on his face playing the tambourine. I put
Yeah.
the song is very Stock Aitken and Waterman, and we're back to the bicycle all-in-ones. And then after that, I put cheesy help.
Well, for me, Cliff is like an aerobics instructor here, like an angelic aerobics. When you see him here, it is like he's doing aerobics with a class. Either that or a drunk dad or uncle on holiday ruining like the poolside aerobics. And you've just got to wait for. Oh, I missed his turn there. He does like a turn in the head flick, which he's so proud of. There's his head flick, and then whoop, yeah. Oh, this is it. Woo! He thinks he's Michael Jackson.
It's them swivelly bits that got me. The when he was doing the swivelly bits. Did you?
Yeah, it's working them buns, ladies. Come on, whoa, let's go.
Now, honestly, if you didn't have the music, that's what you'd think, wouldn't you? If you were just watching this, you'd be like, "Oh, so he's the instructor," and and he's obviously some really famous instructor that he can wear like a white suit that he doesn't need.
He's an angelic fitness instructor. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Like I said,
why no headband and leotard?
Yeah, exactly.
He kept that for special occasions.
It was very Stock Aitken Waterman, and it could have been passed to any of those people at the time. The song didn't actually bother me. I'm not a fan of Cliff, which then makes it not very good. There you go.
Yeah. But yes, I wonder if he did ever bring a workout video. I'll keep a check on my Instagram. If I find a Cliff video, I'll post it on there and confuse a load of people who don't really have not really got right. Only the select few will know. Moving on. Moving on, Jimmy Somerville with Commenté Daya Adieu. I don't speak French.
Something or other, goodbye.
Yeah, well, I didn't think I knew this song until I played it. I went, I do know this song. I can remember my sister playing this, like, and loving this. But, like most people, I probably sang along, but never sang along the right words. because
Because nothing they didn't sing.
I'm not
Obviously, was
French. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I can't even think of how the song goes now. Have I got it?
Didn't you
I
keep
don't
it
know if I
clean?
even got. Have I got it clip? Oh, that's it. Je n'ai pas, dans je ne dette, je n'ai pas. Totally not the
But
words, but
isn't like a real?
anyone would sing that, and it sounds like.
But isn't it a real old song though that has been put to that they've taken and then put it
Oh
to this
yeah, yeah.
fancy
This
beat
song
thing?
is. It's been sung like loads of times from like it was originally released in like the early '60s. I think it was Arnold Gorland, and then there's like Margaret Wyman, Vera Lynn sang it,
Mm,
and then Frank Cost Hardy. It's been sung even up to there's versions in 2010. I think it's a really famous song, but
mm,
obviously they've jumped on the dance vibe, and it is a good song. I think it is a really good song.
it is. I really like this.
Um,
He's got an amazing voice. I don't know her from Adam, not at
no,
all. I don't recall her in
what was her
anything.
name? I haven't got it.
I've
Uh,
got it somewhere. Wait a minute.
June
June.
Miles Kingston.
Yeah.
Haven't got a clue.
No.
Um,
Neither.
but it did start like kickstart Jimmy Somerville's solo career supposedly. I know we've had him on here, but he's always been doing duets. But this is a duet. They say it kickstarts his career, but it is another duet because he's done
Yeah.
a few things since the Communards, which has been on here. Only got to number 14 in the UK, got to number 3 in Ireland and France, surprisingly. But then the music video I've just put it's like June and Jimmy dancing around like a pop art flat.
Jimmy does the
But
same dance moves as Cliff.
I was just gonna say he's got the swivel hips like Cliff. I cannot believe I was 29 in 1989. I didn't realize how much crap music. This is a good song. Nia's just saying, did this album actually sell? I feel like season tonight. I hear it all.
Well, if you went by like the first two bits of it, it was really good. It's just this last part is a struggle. Although I agree that this is a good song. I like this song.
See, for me, last week was worse than this week. This week, I
No,
quite like a lot of good. So, like, there's only which ones have I didn't like? I like Cliff. D Mob was quite good. De La Soul was excellent. Big Fun quite good. Cliff quite good. Haven't had a bad song yet. I'm positive we have, haven't we?
In a City.
Oh, Inner City. Inner City is the only bad song I believe we've had so far. But that's just my opinion. But yes, the music video is them dancing in a pop-off flat, spliced up with them driving in a car.
Driving, yeah. And
But the thing I
riding
did
bike.
notice, yeah, and I think they're on a carousel at one point. But couldn't they have bought Jimmy Somerville some new trainers? He's
Reebok
got the
Classics.
scruffiest trainers.
They are Reebok Classics, aren't they?
The Reebok Classics, but it looks like he's had them for like a year, and like the toes are probably kicked out of them. And
Although back then they probably weren't Reebok Classics because now they're Classics because it's like 30 years ago, isn't it? Well, they're actually called Reebok Classics then.
Yeah, they were just Reeboks back then, weren't they?
Well, they're just Reeboks, but now they're Reebok.
I don't know. They were in the late 90s. I remember the late 90s when people were getting the were Reebok Classics then, and probably twice the price as what they were back in 1989. But yeah. But yes, and then we move on to another song, which it takes a dip a bit here for me. Brother Beyond. It's not a bad track, but in places it's a bit. And if I could be bothered, I was going to try and count how many times there's a certain bit he sings in the song. I can't even remember what it is now. I think I blotted it out. But he repeats it and repeats it and repeats it. And it isn't like a dancey repeat, like where it's part of the beat. It's like he's singing the song, but he's run out of like lyrics to put in the song, so he just repeats
Yeah.
the song, and it's just like, oh. It does your head in.
I loved Brother Beyond when they did a Harder I Try, which I think was 88, 87, 88.
Yeah, it's
Um,
round here,
and
isn't it?
absolutely loved Nathan Moore, who was the lead singer, and at the time, but I don't remember this, so I clearly had fell out of love with them prior to this because I don't recall it at all, and it's terrible. It's for want of a better word. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's not
It
good.
had a lot more of a dancey vibe. There was a lot of people jumping on the back of like the second Summer of Love in 1989 and like the dance where a load of people were involved with dance and stuff like that. And I think when you look at Cliff, he's tried to jump on the bandwagon. These have, and there's a couple of others that trying to put a bit more dancier tracks into the musics. It also has this sound effect, which was like, like it started around like the late 80s and carried on in the 90s. Was this drum that?
Yeah.
It
Sounds
seemed
like
to be on a lot
that
of
one.
tracks around that time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, the music video is again just a band playing what's either in a field or on the top of. It's supposed to be, but again, it is just a band playing in front of a green screen.
Yeah.
Right, that does look like they could be in a field or something. But how are the keyboards working? How are the electric guitars working? Don't think they are. So yeah. But yes, we'll quickly move along to channel favourite, actually. Sayabin Farley's back. Hey! This time with Marcella Detroit and Shakespeare's sister. But first off, what I've noticed about this track, you've got like a lot of dancey tracks and like urban tracks following, and they've just plonked this one right in the middle, and it's like it doesn't belong here on the album because you've had like quite a few like Stock Ain't Water and dancey and poppy tracks. You throw this one in, which is a bit more darker, and then you've got like urban tracks.
It's dark.
Yeah, it's very out of place.
This I think is the best thing on here.
Really, right?
Yeah, this is my favorite.
Finally, a song she likes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the drummer looked a bit like a cross between Adam's, the dad in Adam's Family and what's his name?
Yes. Gomez Adams.
Yeah, and the guy who played Mr. Faulty in Faulty Towers. What's his name?
Oh, Basil Fawlty. John Cleese.
Basil Fawlty. John Cleese, yeah. So I think the guy who's the drummer is like the child of John Cleese and the Addams Family dad.
Oh, right, yes.
I don't know where that came from, but that was my thought when I seen it. I did take a screenshot and then meant to send you it, but I forgot.
Hiya, Gareth. Welcome along. We're halfway through. If you ask people, if you ask Nia, you've come in the best song, you've missed a load of crap. Personally, I think there's only been 2 bad songs so far. I've quite liked them all, so it'll be personal choice. I like everything. But what there's something about this though. What I didn't realize until I was listening to this. Sayabin can't say history properly. She's got a bit of a speech impediment.
Your history.
History, and it's like it's a bit Jonathan Rossi, if you know what I mean.
Your history.
History. I don't know if she's done that on purpose,
Maybe.
but I don't know. All 80 songs are gold. Well, there you go. Even Brother Beyond, Drive On, Inner City Life. It was Shakespeare Sisters' second single, but only reached number 7 in the charts. See, for me, Shakespeare Sisters do get recognised a lot for like the 90s and Stay. And a lot of people probably don't even know about this song and possibly other song. But this and Stay are probably the only two I know off the top of my head where I say, oh, History and Stay. Yes, I know them too. But bar that, I don't really know many more. I don't know if you're the same.
Yeah, I can't think of others off the top of my head, but obviously Stay was their biggest hit. And this, but I do really like this. I think it's a cracking tune. I think, like, in fact, I ended up digging a little deeper, and shockingly, Marcella is 70-year-old now, and about 3 years ago, they did a bit of a comeback, these two. And she would have been 67, but Christ, she didn't look it. She looked like 45. They were on like a morning show.
Right. So that's mental, that really, because 89's 32 years ago. So yeah, so she was in her 30s when she was doing this then, yeah?
Yeah. And
yeah.
Your friend Siobhan, she's 64 now. So
right,
yeah. But then the Bananas, didn't they make a comeback, and they're all in their 60s.
Well, that's the thing. They've got to do something. They've got a shortfall in the pensions. They've got to like plug the gap somehow. So they're doing all these like 80s tours, aren't they? But something what stood out to me when I rewatched this video was the beginning bit where Marcella Detroit's singing just in front of the red curtains, and she does like.
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
That, as soon as that was, I was like, yes, I remember that.
you remember the girl.
Oh, Marcella. I was only 8.
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
You're old enough to be my mum.
Your nana?
But yeah.
70?
Possibly, yes, me nana. Yes. 70. Well, I'm from Sunderland. 70, I'm 40. Yeah, definitely. Easy. With years to spare. Peter says now he likes this one, but Stay was quality. Yeah, Stay is like it's an iconic track. It's one of them tracks where it's like one of them tracks which is so good a band just gets known for them tracks, if you know what I mean, even though they have other good songs. But the music video at points it reminded us of like In Excess, and I don't know if it was this bit here. Oh. Where it's the guy playing the guitar in the background.
Yeah. Just look.
Yeah, so he comes in because you've got two like belly dancing pearly kings there as well.
Yeah, which I guess was meant to represent history.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. I've never thought of that. Yes, well done, Danny.
To represent history.
But yes, so I think we picked the winner already, and now we'll move on. Though we'll move on. Oh well, indeed. What was your thoughts, Lainey?
Oh well, that was terrible. There you go.
See, I don't know this track.
No, same. I didn't remember it, and I wrote I didn't remember it, and I'm glad I didn't. And apparently Fleetwood Mac, this is a Fleetwood Mac song, apparently.
Yeah.
But I did listen to that as well. just to compare the two to see like how far these had taken it. And I wasn't a fan of the Fleetwood Mac version either. However, they did have obviously the instruments and all of that. It just wasn't for me. The little cartoon dude was probably the
Was
best
that the
bit.
best bit about it?
Yeah.
See, I think it's an okay song. The main beat and melody song just sounds like a bed or a backing track. It's like if it was on the close, like this bit here. That it could have been like this week on the close show. We're going to Paris Fashion. It just sounds like something what we played in the background when you've got like movie clips coming in and a voiceover on. It's not a bad song though.
It's not a good song though.
Well, yeah. But the music video just looks like it was recorded on a camcorder and they've just dragged people in off the streets.
Yeah.
Because it's just load of random people. And there's some bits where you just think, this looks like it's the start of a video clip of found footage at the beginning of a Netflix documentary. All these people were later found dead.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Hiya, Paula. Late to the party. I think you've missed a lot of good songs. Lainey doesn't. But yeah, like you said, it's a remix of a Fleetwood Mac song. Theirs got to number 2 30 years before this track. And 20 years before this track. And this one only got to number 28. And it was Oh Well. There was a German dance group that was their biggest hit. So, Oh Well. Move along. And get to Nina Cherry. See, this for me is up there with the worst tracks on this.
Really?
It's no Buffalo Girls.
Buffalo Girls, Buffalo
Did
Stance.
you just go Buffalo Stance, yes. Buffalo Girls is him who goes around the outside. Buffalo Stance, yes.
No, I didn't recognise it when I didn't looking at the name. Obviously, I knew who Nina Cherry was, but didn't recognise the name of the song. And I thought, oh, I'm not going to know this. It must be like the back end of her fame or pre her me knowing her type of thing. So I played it and then I was like, oh, actually, I do know this. I do know it and I do like it. But I agree with you in the sense it's no Buffalo Stance and it's no man child or 7 seconds. It's not in the same league as those songs, but I did still like it.
See, for me, it's like a filler track from an album. It is a filler track on here for me. It's
quite possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just. And see, Nia agrees. Yes, Nia is Susan this week.
No,
Identity fraud is a serious thing, Nia.
in it's not the best thing, but I do like it. I could put up with it. Do you know what I mean? Like I would turn Oh Well off. I would turn Brother Beyond off. I would turn that Inner City off. I probably wouldn't skip. You know what I mean? Like skip it because it's not that bad to me. I didn't mind it. But the one thing I found out when I was Googling the whole thing was I didn't realise that Eagle Eye Cherry is her brother. All that time that I've known about Nina Cherry, and I never put Eagle Eye Cherry and Nina Cherry together because I assumed Eagle Eye Cherry was like a band name rather than like Cherry being the guy's name, if you know what I mean. And I know he only had Save Tonight type of thing. Before I don't know why I never realised, never connected the two.
Yeah, because our daughter's a famous singer
Mabel,
now, isn't she?
yeah.
Mabel. and her husband's been in. Wasn't he in? Oh, what was he in? He was in some band from Bristol. What you call them? Massive Attack was he in? And like, but her dad was a famous like jazz musician as well.
Yeah, Don Cherry, and her husband, like
yes,
he
yes,
had something to do with like Massive Attack and the Sugar Babes.
Is it Tim McVie? I think it is. Isn't it Tim McVie? No, am I getting? I don't know if I'm getting. I don't know if I'm getting mixed up with Timothy McVeigh, who was the Oklahoma bomber. Slightly different. But yes, for me, it isn't as good.
Oh, it's definitely like I said, it's not as good as our other stuff.
Paul is just saying that's Trailer Park Girls. Trailer Park Girls go around the other side. That's Eminem track, which is Buffalo Girls, Malcolm McLaren, which Peter's just said there actually. Not terrible, not the best. See, it's one of the worst for me. Thanks for the song, Nina. I could put up with that song. Paula likes it as well. Got to number 20 in the UK and number 8 in the US. But the song is supposedly about a girl who develops more and attracts the boys more than the others. As a result, we've all had them girls at school. We know them girls. I'm not going to name names. But yes, the music video is quite like a lot of other music videos in this, where it's Nina in the cycling shorts again, dancing in front of a green screen. But I don't know if she started this trend, because I think on some of I don't know if it's Buffalo Stance, she sort of is dancing in front of that. So I think she might have started a bit of a trend there, because when I'm thinking back, she might have been one of the first ones, and it was a big hit. So a lot of people might have tried to mimic what she's done in the music videos, because this is when music videos were starting to get played more, Top of the Pops, and then MTV was breaking through in the States and everything. So possibly could have been. But there is quite a good symmetrical like image made up of like different people in the music video, which I thought was quite cool. But bar that, it's just your generic music video, and I wasn't a fan. So, and moving along with another song I think you're going to hit is Redhead Kingpin and the FBI.
I don't actually. I do like this.
Oh,
I do like this.
All right.
The thing was, I didn't recognize the name. I kind of recognized the title of the song, but I didn't recognize the name of the band. Like, I couldn't have put them together. And then obviously I listened to it and I thought, I do know this, and I quite like it. I tell you what it gives me, and I don't know, obviously because he came after, but Will Smith, I get a Will Smith vibe from this, so I don't know whether he took that and it sort of went into his kind of thing, but his aim was to get a positive message across about, wasn't it, like to
do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Well, it was originally wrote for the movie Do the Right Thing. Yeah,
I don't think I've seen that.
But the other day, I haven't seen this. I don't know. Well, it wasn't used on there, but it does, when you hear the song, it does make you feel like it made us feel of the movies Kid and Play, and like they had House Party and House Party 2, and they were like, it was like a black cast like movies, but like a feel good movie as well.
Yeah.
And it does feel like that type of song, what you would hear at them sort of movies where everyone's like happily ever after. So, but like early 90s type things, like you're saying, Kid and Play and whatever. But the other day, well, actually, can you remember the radio station Atlantic 252?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're still going, but it's like as an internet radio station, so it's like online only. But it is really good. It does play like hits from like the late 80s to the early 2000s, because we have it on our office all the time. And the other day, this song come on, it's like the beginning bit.
Oh yeah.
And it's just
check this out.
And it was like the Because it sounds like a bit like a horror movie, doesn't it? And
Aye.
they were going, what is... Well, actually, I'm going to name her because I'm going to name check her because I said, I'll name check her on. And she went, ugh. So I'm going to name check you and I'll replay it to you tomorrow, Caroline Mace. You said, what was it? What the hell is this shite? And I went, oh, it's Do the Right Thing. And she went, how do you know that? And I went, it's on next week's live stream, so you better be watching. And she's not on the live chat, Caroline, so I'm going to name and shame you. Not on the live chat, and I'll replay this to you tomorrow. So there, huh? Right? But yeah, she thought it was shit.
The yeah bit, that is from something, isn't it? Because I know that.
It was on everything. The yeah. Well, it's the next part which I was going to go into. This bit.
Oh yeah, check this out. Oh yeah, check this out. Oh yeah, check this out.
Oh yeah, and check this out, is been on loads of tracks from like hip hop songs and everything from hip hop tracks like this to Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini.
Oh my god!
It is on there. It's like
maybe it's been used that many times that I couldn't think of where it come from. Because like,
it has been made like on loads of stuff.
Strange.
Paula thinks it's a good track. She also thinks it's a good film, and it's been sampled loads. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. It's something like she was afraid to come out of the water. She was afraid to come out of the sea. 2, 3, 4. Oh, what part? It's on that song. It goes, oh yeah. But like you say, it is being used on loads of stuff. Stockacre Waterman probably used it all the time as well. In the Check This Out bit as well, which is on there, that is used in the remix of Run DMC versus Jason Nevers. Check this out.
Check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, this music video is the people singing and dancing and doing whatever in front of a green, like in the patterns with the green screen, like everyone else.
I guess it just became like a cool thing because it must have not long come out, like this whole green screen thing, until everybody was doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's what must have been, because
Do the right thing. You got to do the right thing.
But it is all like the 90s prints, what like you see now, what people are getting like on t-shirts and stuff like that, like the thick black lines. Even though it's 89, you can see it starting to come, like it's the 90s stuff.
Yeah.
Look at this, I don't think it is 80s, I think it's more 90s. But yeah, but like we said, it was the jeans as well. Yes,
the jeans are very like
all it needed
with the sort of skinny look now. Can you imagine like the difference compared?
Oh yeah, because the jeans there, and you would have like the shoes with the gross bottle tops on in a couple of years' time, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But like we said, it was wrote for Do the Right Thing. It never got used in the film, but did get used for Wes Craven's The People Under the Stairs, which I have never seen either or of them movies. So yes,
neither.
Yep.
And the
that makes
People
two
Under
of
the
us
Stairs
then.
look scary, so probably wouldn't have her anyway.
It got to number 13 in the UK charts. It got to number 4 in New Zealand and was the 15th biggest selling song of 1990. So there you go. And moving on to the last song, Fresh 4 featuring Liz E. This is the worst track for me. It's. Oh, you like it? No.
I wouldn't say I like it. I remember it, and I probably became aware of the original because of it. Like, but it's terrible. I mean, I've wrote Leave It to Rolls Royce one. I also thought that Liz E looked like a young Pat Butcher. Um, and other than that, I was just like, yeah, leave it to Rolls Royce. The Rolls Royce version. I mean, I know this song's been done a lot, but it's just
Yeah.
yeah.
I've basically said the same. It's a world away from Rolls Royce, which I think is the best version. But it has been done many times. I mean, Randy Crawford, Seal, Beyonce. This has got to be the worst version though.
Oh, definitely.
And it is like, well, I haven't put Pat Butcher, but I said it's like someone's Auntie Sandra's getting up in front of a drum and bass karaoke.
I'm wishing on a dream.
Because she does look like an older woman hanging out
Yeah,
with kids.
yeah. She was probably in her 20s, but
But
looked
I
in
can
her
get where Pat
40s.
Butcher comes.
Yeah,
Everyone
it's
did
kind
back
of
then.
like it was like they took that song, slowed it down, and put it over a hip hop beat type of
Yeah,
thing, and it just didn't work
yeah.
for me.
Michelle's saying that the last song we love sounds like Belle Div the Four ripped them off with "Do Me Baby." Ah, right. I'll have to have a listen to that because Belle Div the Four and I know them because they were part of New Edition. But after splitting, Bobby Brown went one way, they went another way.
Oh.
But yes. But did you know the original song "Wishing on a Star" was wrote for Barbara Streisand, who also turned it down. What is up with her?
Mm.
Because last week it was Richard Marx waiting for you because she wouldn't wait for anyone. I wonder if she turned this one down because I don't need to wish for anything. I've got everything in my life. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh God, how many songs do you turn down, Barbara? And they've been really good songs.
Yeah, but the lady, I
Um,
mean, the woman who sang it was amazing. The Rolls Royce singer. I
oh,
don't
the
know
Rolls Royce,
what her
yeah,
name.
yeah, that was brilliant. This got to number 10 in the charts though, which I thought, what?
Yeah,
Could not believe it.
that's obviously why I remembered it. Um, but I was thinking of probably thinking of the Rolls Royce version, maybe, or maybe that's how I ended up knowing the Rolls Royce version. I can't remember, but it's not right. This.
No. It's pretty poor. Michelle saying Bob was right. Good song, but not fair. Possibly, yes. You're possibly right. But it's just when it's you missed last week's.
Hmm.
She asked Richard Marx to write her a song, and he wrote "Waiting for You." Is it "Right Here Waiting for You"? Or it's
Yeah,
Richard Marx's famous song, and he
yeah.
wrote it for Barbara Streisand, and Barbara Streisand wanted him to rewrite it because she said she wouldn't wait for anyone, and it was just like, ugh,
Hmm.
get over yourself. You know what I mean? You suffer up your own arse. So, but yes, so that was more my point than saying it
Maybe she
possibly
wouldn't
wasn't the
wish
best
on
song.
a star either.
Yeah, yeah. Don't like stars. I'm the only star around here.
Yeah, I don't believe in wishing.
That's the thing. But yeah, and the music video is basically just Liz E, if she's known, or Pat Butcher, hanging around with like kids who seem 20
Yeah.
years, who she's possibly one of their mums. Give us the
Bit,
mic, I'll show you how to go on. And them
bit,
skateboarding.
bit of skateboarding.
Yeah. Which was probably jumping on because around this time, I think this is when skateboarding was like a big thing. So they've probably thought, get some skateboardings in the music video and we'll do well. But
But
yes, and
also,
that is it.
the video production back then wasn't that big, was it? Like in terms of, you know what
No.
I mean? Like nowadays, there was very few. I mean, Michael Jackson might have put money into his and things like that, but most people, no.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like you say, back then it wasn't half as good now, and like we're saying, people it's probably saying Nina Cherry do well with like Buffalo Stance, and the way the videos were done, and green screen was probably a lot cheaper and easy for people to do rather than the generic. Because go back an album or two ago, and it was the generic band playing on a soundstage with like a red soundstage and a blue background or something. And then, well, I think we've seen it last week or maybe the week before, where there's a girl and there'll be like an attractive model or something, and she'll be doing something, and then she'll wander through a city somewhere, and that was it. And we're sort of seeing it changing now into the music videos of how they are on here. But let's go to the voting. So we've got 10 people, I think, watching. So, Lainey, I'll come to you first. So, sorry, I'll ask everyone.
Yeah.
Please put best in the song you want and worst in the song you want. And sorry, Lainey, I missed you there.
All right. I was just about to say that, like, yeah, best ask them first, and they can be put theirs in while I go through. Right, just to kind of recap. D-Mob, terrible. De La Soul, like. Inner City, terrible. Big Fun, terrible, but I do like it, and it's very cheese. Cliff Richard, help. Basically, I think I'm going to go with best is Shakespeare's Sister, Your History. That's for sure.
Right.
It's hard picking a worst. I mean, the only other one who would have been up there would have been probably Jimmy Somerville. It was, but I still think Your History's better. This is the worst bit, is to pick the worst one, because there is quite a few.
So Nia's agreed with you with the best one, Shakespeare's Sister, and she's also possibly agreeing worst, all the rest.
Yeah.
Michelle's saying worst, Brother Beyond, and best De La Soul. I'll have to agree with you, De La Soul being worst. But I'm going to go Wishing on a Star for worst, because it's one of them covers which didn't need doing.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter, what you saying? You kind of put Big Fun as worst. What's wrong with you? Big Fun, worst. And then the best, Your History, Shakespeare's Sister. Which I think is standout.
I think I'm going to go Inner City, What You Gonna Do With My Lovin', for the worst.
Yeah. Because as well, Richard's just said that, worst Inner City. He's just come in as well and said that. And Shakespeare's Sister, which I think is the clear winner this week. I don't know. I think we're still waiting for Paula's vote. I think Paula's still in, and I don't know if anyone else is. But if you are still in, coming at the votes. And like we say next week, it is a much better album. The album next week is...
I'm looking forward to reviewing next week's, because
yeah,
the worst problem I'm going to have next week is there's probably, from what I've looked at, 3 or 4 that could be the one. Do you know what I mean? 3 or 4 really brilliant songs on there.
I think all the way through the album, there's like 30 songs, so it'll be like again over 3 weeks.
And
I think like you're splitting up in like a 10 or 11 blocks, like a 10 to 12. I think it's 32 songs, so it's like a 10 to 12, 11 and 11. And I think every week there's only about 1 or 2 bad songs all the way through. It's like we're finished the 80s now. Let's get the good songs out. Like, you know what I mean? Roll them out. So I think it will be good. And what I might do next week is just open the gates and like just put the link in the stream. And if you want to come on, join me and Lainey, and we'll just get a load of us on to celebrate getting over this terrible album. Because I put this album being bad is the reason what made me wait a year to come back.
Is that what it is? You blame the album. I
blame this album. Now bloody 16 is to blame for me taking a year off from live streaming. So yes, damn you now 16. But yes.
But you've done it now. It's gone.
It's gone, and now 17. Come on, we'll have to get them on and get everyone coming on. But yes, thanks once again to Lainey for coming on.
Welcome.
Thanks everyone in the chat. Paula said, "Oh, I'm here, but I missed them all. I've never heard Inner City song though. Yeah, the Inner City song. You're not missing much. It's not great. It's not great. But yes, thank you everyone for coming. I'll just give you the quick results. Worst song. There was a tie for second place. Big Fun, Brother Beyond, and Fresh 4. But definitely the worst song was Inner City. Yeah, Inner City. Best song in second place with 2 votes was Della Soul. And winning was Shakespeare's Sister with 4 votes. No, thanks, Peter, for coming along and joining us. No worries. You'll have to put them now 16 in the banish bin. Yes, it should be the banish bin. Definitely.
Yeah, banish it.
Yes. But
and we
yes,
can't
thank
go
you,
because it's got Pump Up the Jam on it. That's the problem. Just this
yeah,
part.
well, that's the thing. It's got some classic tracks.
Yeah, just this bit can go in. The rest of it can stay out.
Not even this bit, because there is some good tracks. See, I've liked this week better than last week. I don't know. Last week for me.
Last week's better than this week.
Oh, see. But that's the thing with music. That's the good thing. Everyone's got opinions, and no one is wrong.
But we'll look forward to next week. So yeah,
yes,
I'm
looking forward to next week. So hopefully, see him again 9:30. Be here or be here. I don't know. Be there or be square. Sorry. Be not here yet. Be here or just don't. And we'll see you next week. But thanks everyone for coming. Richard, Monkey Thrifter, Paula, Michelle, Nia,
and everybody
don't
else.
know who else, and everyone else. Thank you and good night.
Bye.